Since I was a kid, I've always found inspiration in music, art, nature, and films.
And lately, I've been rewatching some of my favorite movies, shows, and I don't know about you, but there's always that one film that I always come back to.
Ah, yes, this film, The Dark Knight. I can go on and on about this film, but most importantly, the reason why I come back to this is because of the storytelling, the character development, the soundtrack. It's just something about this film that just makes the cinematic experience just that much better.
And today, I want to capture that magic on canvas. But before we start, we're gonna have to go on a little trip.
And now that we're back from our quick trip, it's time to plan it all out.
I've also pulled up some stills from the movie to reference the colors and style. Now, everyone has their own creative process of coming up with creative ideas, but this is how I usually go about it.
I am a visual learner, so I need to make sure I have a clear picture of what I'm looking for. And now it's time to prep our canvas and start sketching.
Now that I'm done prepping and sketching on my canvas, it's time to start painting.
But I'm not just going to copy it verbatim. I want to make it pop and feel alive. I want to make it different. I want to use expressionism like Vince van Gogh or the meticulous detail of a Da Vinci masterpiece. I want to be able to work on those warm tones for the background and later on, for the main character, work on those cool tones. Now, I'm not concerned with making this hyper realistic. I want to capture the emotion of the moment.
This is a pretty big canvas, so painting just the background took me around 6 to 8 hours. After painting for what seemed like an eternity, I think it's time to take a rest. Now that the background and shadows are in place, it's time to focus on the face. And now comes the fun part, the details. I'm going to be adding shadows and highlights to give that three-dimensional feel. In Van Gogh's paintings, he painted with thick, textured brushstrokes that bring life to the scene. Now I'm going to be using a palette knife to apply bold, dynamic colors to the background, giving a sense of movement and turmoil. Now this is how I see The Dark Knight, not just as a film, but as a work of art, a perfect blend of chaos and order, light and darkness, all unfolding with the intensity of an emotion too big to contain, and that's what makes this unforgettable. At this point, I'm adding the last touches and highlights to accentuate the features. This has honestly been the most fun and exciting painting I've ever done so far. Bringing to life a scene from The Dark Knight onto the canvas felt like stepping into the movie itself, making this piece stand out as a true highlight of my artistic journey.